Alrighty then.
All systems go?
I think it's all systems go.
All good?
Yeah, so for whatever reason, I've got some front saying we're going to set up a new thing called The Internet's Full of Idiots. And it dawned on me earlier that actually I've had this idea based on all of the memes that this guy does about me. And he does these memes about what's the current one? I've been in where?
No, so this is an old one. Christmas Day in the afternoon.
Right.
There's one about that you'd had sex with someone's Christmas turkey.
Right.
So I left it until after everyone had had their dinner, obviously.
Right.
But it's an old one that I've used for the past 4 years, and people are still believing that.
And people believe it, right? And I wake up and I literally have idiots of the internet messaging me going, "Oh, have you been doing this to turkeys? There was one the other week where you had avocados." And people...
Right.
And
can I explain this
No,
one?
no, let me explain my point first. There is literally idiots on this internet that actually message me like, "Gotcha, ha, you've been wanking over the avocados."
In Waitrose of all places.
Mate, and I just look and and it made me think, Jay, I'm going to do something called the internet is full of idiots. And then when it come out of my mouth, I thought, Dan, you're the actual idiot for putting up with it, right?
I don't need no memes tonight.
Right.
He's his own meme.
So I thought, let's have some fun on a live stream. The thing about it being live, we do get technical itches, and we had some technical itches coming on there, but we're going to get in the mix, or I'm going to get in the mix. We're going to read out your shouts. We hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas and all the best for 2026. We'll also talk about unity in the sun. We should read a lot of the stupidity that we get sent from the idiots of the internet.
Well, yours will probably be better because it's in response to what as all I sort of get is well done. This is brilliant.
Mate,
well done, Jay.
Right, let me get in the mix. Jay, while I do, the mad thing about this is I'm a serious music geezer, right?
No, right, I'm going to stop you right there. You used to love all the fun and what I call bunter banter.
I still have fun.
But I'm putting it out there. You are portraying your more serious side a lot more nowadays, which, to be fair,
I've got
Team U.
I have fun with Team U Bunter. I have fun.
Team U Bunter. So
I have fun.
Is this something you've made up to make funny?
Look how ginger I am in there.
I know. I do love a ginger meme.
Do the shout outs while I let people know that we're live. Then. You do the shouts.
Shout out to Mike Wines who says sounds okay now. I'll do the dipping, don't you worry. Shout out to Dan Darkness says yes. Got an oi from T Wilson. Where's your mouse to scroll? Oh right, okay. Let's put it up here. You like it down there, she do. God help it. Old Orlando Raver. And he says, loving your vids. Big Smoke says, easy now, Billy. Got an oi Savaloy from Ben Knight. Wood pigeons are keeping the vibes alive. Ben Knight says the lady doth protest too much. He loves the attention, really. Torchman, we got the old Dasman. You love him, do you?
Big up Torchman.
Okay, this is
Big
Jay.
up Torchman, mate.
This is Jay. Have you any pike in your lakes? If so, can I come fishing for a day? Can you remember when I took you fishing at my lake for the day? And in true fashion, you did catch something. Can you tell everyone what you caught fishing at my lake, please?
A stickleback.
No.
Go on, what did I catch?
Come on.
You tell me what. You talk. I'm promoting.
All
you
right,
talk.
then. Okay. He actually caught a dildo. Just show how much I just love having fun. Okay.
Right.
Never any offences, men.
Listen. Let me tell you something. As we're doing the idiots of the internet, and you told me something the other day. So Fish Octagon, right? He like over the past year, we have some exchanges and we talk and we share knowledge and all that. And he says to me, Billy, I used to love you and Fat Controller on the internet. I loved it when you shot the dildo out of a tree. Do you remember a bloke made a tune about us, like, shooting a dildo out of a tree?
Yeah.
And the mad thing is, you were saying to me the other day, like forever, for like 10, 15, forever, 20, 15 years of the internet, I've shared music, done my stream, shown people down when I go car booting and record shops, and you said there was one of them big techno pages about DJs people hate and why. Yes. And what did they say about me?
So someone said that I actually ate that Billy Bunter because he's just copying Fish Octagon, and especially with his mincing. And to be fair, we do love taking a bit of a Michael out of you for a bit of mincing, but as much as I do love taking fun out of him, at the same time I will stand up to internet trolls. Like, it is something I hate when someone's got an opinion that is categorically wrong. How can they say you're copying someone when you've been doing something for decades and this person's been doing it for, well, he hasn't even been doing it for as long as I've been doing tunes of Rave on TikTok. His success has come within the 2 years.
Yeah,
so you copying him.
Because if you go back to my Facebooks and any of my, you will see me in front of decks going, here's the latest white label release from me and Ragga Twins. Here's a tune I've just picked up. It's nothing new.
Exactly.
And there was a magazine called DJ Pogo. Sorry if I've got this wrong.
Yeah, there is a DJ Pogo.
No, I know there's a DJ Pogo, but the
the
magazine's called something DJ Pogo. Sorry if I got that wrong.
Okay.
But it's a big magazine worldwide, and they interviewed me about my influence with all of these videos and the sharing the knowledge. And it when you told me that you'd gone on, because there is idiots on the internet, and I, because you know, Jay, like Jay will tell you, right? My Instagram gets like 2.5-3 million views a month. My TikTok's like 1 million views. My Facebook fan page is 8 million views a month. I've only been running this YouTube for 6 months, but in the past month it's like 1.5 million views a month. So with that many people, of course I'm going to get confronted with so much stupidity. But we were talking when we were talking about do you remember when me and Logan D, like 10, 15 years ago, we'd be live streaming on Facebook when it first come in, and we'd have thousands of people watching our live streams, and none of us really had a clue, and there would be problems with the stream, and this thing's been going so long of sharing music, innit, Jay?
It has, and that was my thing of coming to the... I was going to say coming to the defence. I wasn't actually coming to the defence. I was trying to correct someone. Now, I've got no problem if someone dislikes someone, they don't like someone, that's absolutely fine. Not everyone is everyone's cup of tea. But when you're then portraying a hatred of that person and spouting stuff that is just complete and utter nonsense, that's not fair, is it? And if you don't like someone, then move on. You don't have to comment on something, because all you're doing is feeding your own hate, and you become what you wrap yourself around with. So to with me, I always try and be positive.
And on a completely different aspect, us lot, me, you, Vibesy, we've been big supporters of Fish Octagon, ain't we? We've loved what he's done. We've looked in and said, "Go on, geezer." Played your music, Shane's music, my music. It's been great.
I wouldn't even just put it down to saying we've supported him. It's like anyone else, like there's a DJ Academy school. They put a post up, anyone want to learn DJing? I share it. In fact, why are you sharing that, mate? It's because you're a business within this scene. As artists, we should help support you and get it out there for people. But no one else does. But that's what it's all about, helping and supporting people. Like young promoters, get in touch, ask a message, give them help. You know.
Jay, before I get in the mix, I'm going around promoting that we're on. People are tagging me in your mix. I'm getting in the mix. Do some shouts, get in the mix.
Is this the Sage and Onion mix? Here's one. Let me quickly put on here. So I mentioned earlier about Torchman wanting to know if there's pike in the lake. He's now getting arrogant. See, when someone texts something, it can be read in multiple ways. Is he having a laugh with his response, or is he being aggressive with his response? But he wants to, Jay, you haven't answered my question, you idiot. Have you pike in your lakes? Yes, Torchman, I have pike in my lakes in the Blue Lagoon. We did have what was the Bedfordshire record pike, but sadly that's now passed.
I've got to say, Torchman, he's right though. You are actually an idiot. Can I read something that you do the shouts? I'm going to find such a brilliant post that I'm so happy with. Go on, you keep shouting. All right, and don't ignore the people, Jay. Don't ignore them. I've invited you on, right?
Okay, right. Back up there. Yeah, we've already done them. Back there. Yeah, that's where I was up to. You scroll way past them all. Play some of your dodgy bootlegs, FC. Why not?
Them bootlegs, that rave house and all that this little mob do ain't coming near my shows, all right? You keep this geezer sent me a tune, right, and he gave up after it. He made a tune and it had about 8 to 10 samples in it. It had Doug Lazy, Let It Roll. It had Alison Limerick, Where Love Lives. It had a vocal from Jungle Brothers. It had the bass line from Renegade Soundwave. It was literally like half of my set, but in 5 minutes. Don't encourage him. He's not putting that stuff on my show.
Do you know what that is? That's Anthony H.Lee's mix. I actually play that, Anthony H.Lee. Your Man Pants. Touch up that one. Okay. Old bad boy. I thought you said old bald boys. It's old bad boys. Rove Dunce and Gingers are the best. Oh dear. Jay West Ham going down. Proper Collector. Oh dear. Who's Proper Collector in real life? All right. Okay. All right. They could be going down. Who knows? But you know, end of the day, we're not even halfway through the season yet. That old video of Billy making tracks and that 24 Canal documentary. How's that copying people? You're smashing it, Billy. Duke the haters. I smell fromage. Okay. Got an oi. Gig schnit. So, do you know this is the amazing thing? TikTok and YouTube, where people don't have their real names and made up names. It's like, put your real name there. DJ Muttley. See, Muttley's got it on there. Sure, it wasn't UFC. So go on.
Right, before I get in the mix,
go on.
And I like this, right? Because you know, And because the other thing that happens when he roasts me on the internet is I do it about once every 6 months, so we could be on a flight back from somewhere, and I'll do something once every 6 months. He does stuff about me every single day of his life, right? Every day. And what I see underneath his posts, and this is the bit that he's like, God, the internet is full of idiots. You two are always going at each other every day. No. Well, this guy goes at me.
Subconsciously, you do stuff on your radio every week. I get people message me that he's giving you a roast on the radio again.
Mate,
I'm
I'm getting in the mix,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to read something that made me really happy. This person who wrote this, he's not an idiot of the internet. And may I just say, 99.99% of our listeners and people who come out raving are not idiots. It's the people who believe the idiotic stuff.
Another thing we say, a lot of people we're calling idiots aren't actually idiots. It's just people that are maybe not educated in certain things.
Proper tunes, AJ. So last night, because people can see that I'm really, I'm into my YouTube, right? And building it up.
You are indeed.
So last night, like at the weekend, I did before and after my gigs, like how I feel before. Then obviously always after gigs, I share all the videos and all the footage of the gig. And then yesterday, I had my usual kind of Sunday head. We're getting old, didn't we? So if we're past a certain time, we get our little head.
Can we say you are now going to be a granddad?
I'm going to be a granddad. So I said, son, you know what? I shared last night how nervous I get before a gig, getting into character and all that. And then I'm going to share with them how I feel today, right? After a big night of playing to nearly 2,000 people across the 2 gigs, right? So I said in the video, I spoke to Fat Controller and I spoke to Danny Lyons first. And Fat Controller's coming on to my radio show tomorrow. And the bloke, look, oh God, you've got fart controller, ? Tell him to hold it down in 2026, Bill. He comes across as a right prat for having a joke at you a little bit too much, mate. And train him up how to use a proper setup, mate. That's what he said. And I thought, touche.
Well, I've been on USBs for
No,
year
don't
now.
put that right. Wait, right. The one that you did one, and I knew it was out of control, right? When my mum and my aunts, it was me and Sonia, and even Sonia said, Jay, I ain't happy with that. It was, I don't know what, it ended up on council estate banter. Me and Sonia, this woman called this man, I was either shagging or pulling myself about over some animal, right? Or Cadbury. I was caught putting Cadbury's cream eggs up me bum.
They're the Easter ones.
Whatever I was doing, right? And it ended up on council estate banter. And it had millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of views, right? And my aunts, my mum, my uncles, my nephews, my nieces, Dan, you're on council estate banter. You've been sticking things up your bum again, ain't you? And that is when I was like, you cannot, the internet.
No, so the one where you rung me, that was the rusty trombone.
Right.
So that one, that's about, I think, nearly 5 million now on TikTok.
Right.
It's about 8 million across Facebook and Insta, across my 2 pages. And the thing is, it's not even you. It's just someone who looks a bit like you. Trying to play a trombone is absolutely awful. And I just put across the top of it, Bunter loves a bit of rusty trombone. And it just went crazy. I'm still getting stuff now on TikTok. It finds a new country and everyone in that country just starts running with it. So, yeah.
So if you've got any questions or any topics for the first ever The Internet is Full of Idiots monthly live stream, let us know either over on Underground Bass or in the YouTube chat. But yeah, Jay, the internet is so strange, isn't it? So today, and I think that we wear our age and our age group of people who listen to us with pride. It's like the ultimate trade-off, isn't it? Of like, here we are, granddads, 50 to 60 years of age, and out in front of us is other granddads and nans, literally
exactly that, yeah.
Out, and we share amazing music and amazing moments. So I put up a video from, I put up a lot of videos from my gigs at the weekend, but there was this one where it was showing the whole of the front of the crowd, and the average age must have been 50, and it was like,
sounds like centerfolds.
Yeah, it was centerfolds, and it was literally like older women, their husbands, a few youngsters, like their kids, probably 30, and hardly anyone had a phone. There, hardly anyone, right? So this geezer comes underneath the video, an idiot of the internet, an absolute idiot of the internet, and says, look at all these people in their phones. In which people were then going, we've counted, there's only 3 people on their phone. But you idiot, you're sat at home on your phone complaining about these people on their phone. He says, my point is that these people should be in the club, in the moment, and enjoying this with everyone else. Hang on a minute. You're watching a video with over 1,000 people in the club, in the moment, sharing something with people, and literally you are being an idiot of the internet.
Yeah, but isn't that one of those sort of things? Obviously, the person hates that view, and literally when they see a video, straight away see a couple of phones, and their instant reaction, because that's what it is, just kicks in. They can't help it. I mean, we look at younger people's events. You know, I've seen videos of people in Ibiza where there's like mid-20-year-olds, and 99% of the people are videoing what's going on in front of them.
Yeah.
That is where it's just like, oh my God.
It simply doesn't happen in our world. And the other thing that's interesting about this is I always, and I've said this on some of like the podcasts that we do, like because it comes up a lot with everyone, with all the artists, that, you know, even like the thinkers that we have on, like the Emma Marshalls and the Davinia Taylors, people who are outside of our world but are of our world and are great thinkers, right? And I have this thing, I regularly look at their pages, and they all have a type. Their wives have left them, their only friend is their dog, and they're just full of all of this like discontentment. So when they see people of their age and like giving it a good go, they're sat there actually self-projecting their discomfort and their unhappiness that these people are actually out having the fun when they're not, and that mindset fascinates me.
But you're stereotyping the type of person that they got a dog.
Every time, I can't help but look.
They have a turkey every weekend.
Don't you dare! I'll get in the mix. what granddads do now, isn't it? They get in the mix with some tunes, slag other old people off on the internet, and that's it.
Yeah, but I do. As much as we're making fun of people that we're classing as idiots,
I'm not making fun of them.
You are.
They're literally on my pages exposing themselves as idiots of the internet. That 1% that all of these people are.
But you've got to realise some people haven't got a zest for life. Some people, as
That's
they get
what I mean,
older,
so don't come
they
on.
get their slippers, they get their pipe, they watch Coronation Street, EastEnders, all that. And all that. Let them. That's their life.
That
okay,
is
just
right,
leave
but
them to it. People,
I get
all these
that.
people that are still out there raving, still enjoying themselves, enjoy their zest of life. They're the people
Exactly.
that we need to have fun with.
Don't come on the post with so many people and a lot of them are looking good for their age. A lot of them they've looked after themselves, and virtually
I've seen a few of them, yeah.
all of them are not on their phone. But you are projecting this stuff into the internet. I'll tell you what though, hang on, I've got to go and get a post because some people are really funny. Some people are because you're not funny. But there is some people who are genuinely really, really funny.
I like to say there's like good 10 million people that think I was in the past.
Listen. Exactly. Some people take it way too far, don't you, Fat Controller? Exactly. Teach him how to mix that now. Right. So do some shouts.
Don't take the mickey out of him, out of his
mixing. Do some shouts, and I am going to fight some stuff that is funny. Hang on.
Torchman's a granddad now as well, apparently. Well, Torchman's really old. You'd think he'd be a great granddad by now, wouldn't you? Kurt says, I'm one of those idiots you speak of. I enjoy yelling into the void. DJ Bud, we stay young forever. Yeah. And people, like ravers that are getting together in this day and age, when people get together, it is no longer about getting old together. It's all about staying young together. Gotta have a bit of fun. Oh, Claire Bear says, was expecting some sort of revenge from you, Billy. I'm disappointed. So he can't just pull it out of the bag like me. You can't take my body. You can't take my body. You can't take my body. Pick this one specially. Silly game. Oh, Alan, he was watching Brookside while raving in 1992. Obviously, everyone that was watching Brookside's come back out raving, so they've had to cancel Brookside.
I got a question for you, Jay.
Is it serious?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Let's change the conversation a bit while I find some of this brilliant stuff that I want to read. What's been your highlight of the old school scene of 2026? I've had an absolutely incredible time. I've done this for a very, very long time, and I believe that 2025. I believe 2025 is the best time that the old school scene and the vibe has ever been. And I know people go, yeah, but you can't beat the old days. Forget the old days. What 50 to 60 year olds are feeling now is magic, and I can't pinpoint a highlight. I just know the whole year has been a highlight. How's it been for you?
So, once again, another brilliant year. Loving people getting involved in the music. I love the socialising part of being at an event. I love making sure that I get there early so you can socialise with people, have a laugh with people afterwards. But if I had to pick one moment of 2025, it's probably the same moment that I have every year, and that is the first day of meeting people at Corfu Airport for Unity in the Sun. Seeing people come out of the arrivals room to be taken onto their coaches, just the warmth, the love, almost literally the euphoria of people. That is my highlight every year. And then on the flip side of it, my worst moment of the year is when I have to see off every coach. And as a 21-year-old man, I'm afraid to admit I have cried numerous times when we're seeing people off on coaches.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it is such a special week every year.
You two are looking quite gay. Only quite? Torch man, actually, only quite, Darren. Come on, I'm very offended by being only quite gay. Yeah, Unity in the Sun is a huge thing. It's our last one next year. We're not in 2026.
Yeah.
And all of the hotels are sold out. And it's going to be a magic one. It's going to be our biggest and best one yet. We sold out the hotel so far in advance. Anyone who doesn't know about Unity in the Sun, it's something that we've been doing for 10 years in Corfu, a multi-arena rave event. It's for our generation. We do the hardcore, we do the jungle, we do the acid house, we do the hard house, we do the trance, we do the rave, the anthems. It's
everything. We've even done the odd bit of soul, funk.
So we have the soul and funk, and the one thing that we get a lot, and I hope that WizKid's there. Yes, Wizard. And the one thing that we get a lot, and the same was for my 35 years event. Talking of highlights of the year, that was magic, and a lot of people who are now discovering us via the internet. Rediscovering their love for this music, discovering us through this YouTube page. The question we get a lot is, but I've got no one to go with. You listen, when you come to one of our events, whether it's the 35 years of Bunter, whether it's a rave story, an epidemic, a bonkers, Unity in the Sun, the moment you walk in, you have got everyone to go with.
So one of the things that really stands out for that vein is even the very first Unity, we had people come out there singles where they actually ended up being a couple and have got married. So we have 4 Unity couples, people that went out there as complete singles, met the love of their life and are now married. And so that's a testament of the. Sadly, if you go on holiday with us on your own, you can end up being in a relationship and you're going to get married. We do apologise if that happens to anyone this year.
And Jay, even though we've sold out of all the hotels, people can get the event passes. Now, this is always really important because I always forget the date of mine, yours and Sonia's rave holiday. What is the date?
It's May.
Oh, is it?
It's 2026.
Yeah.
And you've put me on the spot because I think off the top of my head, I do believe it's the 17th to the 24th.
Sit right,
so
okay.
I reckon Claire Bear will know that because she's counting down the days to go in because she went as a single last year. But she's still waiting to find love and find someone to marry. Okay. So anyone out there, Claire Bear's looking for someone to marry at Unity this year.
Yeah, so and where can they go and get their event passes from?
It's quite simple, www.unityinthesun.net or .com or .co.uk. Or, you know, if you're on Facebook, just click on the Facebook page and everything's on there.
Yeah.
So, but even just Google Unity in the Sun tickets. And it will take you there.
Big Smokey saying I'm at the Stu Allen Festival again. I'm looking forward to that.
May the 5th, I do believe, just before we go out to Unity.
Curtis saying thanks for what you do on the net. I'm discovering both tunes that I never knew the name of and artists behind those tunes. Claire Bear Raver saying I always go solo raving and she's never alone at a rave. Porsche Turbo says I missed the 12 Dalston Lane, big vibes, great people, great DJ's Tip Top Times from South East London used to get a cab every other week from Bromley, Kent. Happy days. There was a huge South London following that went to the Labyrinth. Out to, like I said, out to WizKid in the shout box there. We love the Wizard. Wayne says, I love your t-shirt, Billy. Where can I get one? This is the logo to my Rave Story podcast. If you go to coolflow.co.uk, or is it coolflow.com, either one, and go into the drop down menu of collabs, you'll see the Billy Daniel Bunter clothing. Mars 70 says, Weekend in the Woods was the highlight of my year. What I liked about it was seeing Jay drive around in his lean green dogging machine. And for those who don't know, Jay's alter ego and nickname is the Toad. We call him the Toad, right? And
okay, do you want to explain where that came from? The Office.
Right, so you know The Office, David Brent. So he has this moment where he says to the bloke, Stephen Merchant comes in and says, you wouldn't like it if we called you the Toad? And Jay, he used to leave my house, go to his car, and I'd say, see you later, Toad. And he'd be all in a huff and a puff, and he'd come back going, I'm not the Toad. I'm not a Toad. I'm not a Toad. You look like a toad, and you act like a toad. You are a toad.
On The Office, so
You're
I then went back and watched the Office sketch that he was on about.
You're the Toad controller.
And then when he calls him the Toad, the response he gets is fatty, fatty, four eyes. So I may be the Toad, but he's fatty, fatty, four eyes.
You are the Toad, and you have got a Toad machine, which is great.
I even entertained you when my van went up in flames, and I had to get a new one. I went and see when it was green. I thought, I've got to buy this one just so Dan can call it the Toad Mobile. Lo and behold, what did he call it?
The Toad.
Oh, it's the Toad Mobile.
The lean green dogging machine.
I did actually run a competition to name the new van, and 50 Shades of Green actually won.
The Ritual says, I'm in my 50s now. I was 19 in 1992, having the time of my life. What was you in 92? You were about 34, weren't you?
Yeah, right.
You was 34.
Dream on. No, so here's the thing where we talk about going back in times when people say about phones nowadays. If phones were prevalent as they are now, would we have all been doing exactly the same thing then with phones?
Of course, Jay.
Of course. This is some people don't get that side of the argument.
Right. Let me... No. Do you want me to get in the mix now, or do you want me to tell you what's in my brain? I'll tell you what's in my brain, and then I'll get in the mix.
You haven't had cake, so you might forget.
Right, so let me
say.
say.
Your brain now?
So there's a few misconceptions, right, from various idiots of the internet, right? One being, there wasn't phones back in our day. No shit, Sherlock. Like, literally. But what do we celebrate? We celebrate the fact that Dougal's dad has got all of this footage of the ravers, of us DJs, of the events, and when we get our hands on it, we celebrate it and we share it, right? And make no mistake, back in the day, DJs, MCs, ravers, the moment that camera was put in their face, everyone loved it, right? Everyone loved it. So there's one. Two, you know how a night works. This is my serious DJ head now. If you've got an 8-hour night, whether you're 18 years of age in 1992 or whether you're 50 years of age or 60 years of age in 2025, people simply do not dance like Fred Astaire from 10 o'clock till 6 in the morning, giving it big bings, right?
Ginger Rogers.
Right, you go back, you look at the greatest raves ever, from Labyrinth to Fantasia, Well Dance to Helter Skelter. You will see videos where you have thousands or hundreds of people still, because once a crowd's been worn out, they then have to gather themselves, the night goes on, and I get these idiots of the internet coming on my page going, they don't rave like back, I would go all night. Of course you did, Grandad. Like, but in their head, they think they did, which I get. But what I don't like is then the hierarchy that because you did something when you was 18, you think you was better at it than these people who are now doing it in 60 while you're at home saying your dog's your only friend.
Yeah, it's no different to our parents. Our parents who were out, you know, in the 60s explosion of the, like, you know, they were the first people to get hold of all the you know, mad drugs. You know, it's hard to not talk about something like that. But, you know, our generation that went out raving, like, oh, our parents didn't know what the... Trust me, they were out doing their thing back then.
Yeah, and then the other thing that I get is sometimes we play these festivals and these stages where we're on a stage and there's barriers down the front, right? I can't help that, but like I said in my video yesterday, I always come down at the end of my set and meet everyone. But people look in and think it's some sort of like disrespect to them and high rock. It never happened in our day. It really did. All of those big raves had barriers down the front.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of misconceptions, and but hindsight, it's easy for me because I've done this every week from then to now, and I see a lot of things that are misconceptions.
I can recall clear as light of being at the front of the stage at the Sanctuary and throwing out free records. And obviously it's a different type of fence barrier nowadays. Times have progressed and the law requires certain types of fencing. But yeah, there was a fence across the front of the stage at the Sanctuary back in the day. So there we go. Are you getting in the mix now anyway?
Come on, let me get in the mix.
This has been on loop for longer than you spent with the turkey the other day.
Love music with Billy Daniel Bunter.
Yo, Billy, take them back to the old school.
I get in the mix here, Jay, for no reason whatsoever. I probably didn't need to do that, but I thought I'd do it anyway. I like having a little mix, Jay, as you know. I love having a little mix. Right. So earlier I was saying to you about sometimes some of the things that I read on my posts are funny. And it could be the very same post that I'm defensive about, right?
Okay.
But you know what I'm like, right? This one there, how many views has that had?
1.7.
1.7 million on.
I thought it was 1.7 people.
No, 1.7 million views on that.
That second person must have been a bit short to count as 0.7.
On my Facebook, it's about 6 million. But it's. I'm not going to say what event it is because it's not fair. But there's clearly, it's clearly all women in front of me, right?
Okay.
And the amount of these are some of the comments, right?
Geezers, by any chance?
Oh, geezers who have only got their dogs and their wives have left them.
Oh, right.
Only, right? I'm just gonna.
Other internet trolls are available.
Oh my god! I haven't looked at this for ages. OnlyFans convention, a silicon party. Oh, these are all sex machines, someone says. Oh my, I can't read some of this.
Well, see, here's the thing. So
oh my God, Jay!
you have to perceive.
Did you
some
write
people,
this?
Some people are just having a laugh.
Oh no,
they're
Jay!
literally entertaining themselves. This is where we're now in a world, because we're getting so dumbed down with what we can and can't use as
Jay.
humour. We have blurred lines.
Oh,
do we
Jay!
not?
I bet they all love squirting. Someone's.
But we're in a world now where the generations below
You
us,
wrote this, didn't you?
frankly and openly, talk about squirting. So this is the thing. It's like the younger generations talk about squirting, rimming, and things like that as if it's just a daily thing. It's only people like you that go, "Oh my God!"
Hang on.
And you do know.
Jay,
you do know it's not when someone's got an orange and they squeeze it, don't you?
It's hunting season, lads. Let's go.
Has anyone liked that comment?
Jay, it's mental. Oh God.
So, but here's the thing when I'm saying that sometimes things can be taken wrong. This could be someone just having
Oh my God.
this in their own little mind.
Is
of
this
just-
a divorce
this-
party?
Good for them if they're out partying and they
Mate.
got divorced.
Oh God.
I've always said that the marriage license should only last up until the menopause, because during the menopause women change and they might want something
I don't
different
want.
and better in life.
I wasn't
So
listening
let
to you
them
there.
crack
You're
on
a
and enjoy it.
chauvinist. You're chauvinistic.
See, there's the thing. So you talk about it, and some people think it's being chauvinist, where you're showing kind, care, consideration to women who have gone through
Milf.
the worst time of their life.
MILF Fest. You've written all this, in you.
No. I mean, I'm into gilfs now, to be fair. Milfs are long gone, past
Oh
my
my
time now.
God.
Oh dear. But no, this is what I'm saying. It's just sometimes I'm just having a little bit of laugh, a little bit of praise.
like I say, some people are just horrible. You can see who's
Yeah.
horrible, and have only literally they've just got their dog. My dog is the only human. I wish all humans were like my dog. No, all humans don't like you, so you've only got your dog. If only you knew what your dog thought about you. You do have some horrible people, but you do have some
I'm
funny people.
surprised that you got this thing about people with dogs. That,
No, I love
but
people
one
with
time,
dogs.
you used to love dogging.
I love dogs. What I'm saying to you, yes, I love dogging. No, I love dogs, right? But what I'm saying to you is, there is a type of these people who are horrible underneath our posts. You know there is.
No, we know.
And we don't mind it because it drives our posts even more. Also, the rusty trombone thing that he did, he made a fortune out of it because you monetize all this stuff, don't you? Every time he comes round, gloating, "Oh, I've made money off you." Every time, I'm getting in the mix.
Sarah Preston, I'll see ya. Watch it. Dizzy for days says, glad I tuned in. You subconsciously picked this, haven't you?
Single-minded people, they can always find a way. 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 Single-minded people, they can always find a way.
Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this?
Right, so Jay Smith, JH2SD says the UK rave scene went downhill after Castle Morton 1992. Do you know the first thing that I think when I see that? Yawn. Oh, God.
I mean, straight away,
God,
first thing that comes to my mind, 93 was after 92. And 93
Yeah,
was
so
probably
much.
the most amazing year of them all.
Yeah, exactly.
That club-wise, every single club that were what we call rave clubs back in the day were absolutely smashing it in 93. Events-wise, well, dance was going mental, Dreamscape going mental, Elvis Skelter going mental. Everything was just really... To say 92, it's sort of like, yes, 92 was a great year, but it got better.
What about the people who said, oh, it all died in 91, or it all died in 90, or it all did... It's such a boring, closed, like...
Well, I mean, one of the things I'm getting a lot of hate for at the moment...
So you should be, for everything you do
it's
to
not
me.
just taking the mickey out of you, is I've been doing some socials where I've been describing what could be the best rave tune intro ever. And like, I put circles up.
Yeah.
You would not believe the amount of people that have gone on there and gone, this ain't rave, it's drum and bass. So my copy-paste reply to him is that, when did you decide that drum and bass couldn't be rave music?
You've just got to remember this one.
Yeah, that's tunes to rave. To be fair, I don't do many of them now because most tunes are now monetised and you can't use them on platforms.
So one of the reasons you do all what you do about me, pictures and all that, because you can monetise it and ride off of me and make some dough out
to be
of me.
fair, the Sunday Sport has been stocked in print for something like 10 years now. But when I make up these Sunday Sport, people actually think the Sunday Sport's still going. No, Sunday Sport should be paying me.
So what does that make those people of the internet? Idiots for believing
I know.
a Sunday Sport headline that I've
Yeah.
been pulling myself about over avocados.
So this one, that is a classic one. That is the first time I've ever made an AI video of you to make you look funny. And because it's made with AI, it has to have AI written on it. It's part of the internet protocol. So people are looking at this news article read with AI generated across the front of it, and they're going, oh my God, they're messaging you, go, you've just been on the news. And it's like, oh, so it makes it extra funny for me, to be fair.
Yeah, let me just show you my
Avocado collection.
no, my fan page. It's mental, and what it is, it's always like these people had these almost gotcha moments. I knew you was that guy who pulled yourself about over avocado. I knew it, and yeah. Let me.
The funny thing is, in the video,
Look.
you're actually at an airport.
Look, Jay.
You're not in Waitrose.
Jay, so look how many you know how many messages I get, right? So this guy, right, hang on, where is he? I've just gone past it. There he is, gotcha moment. Has this man bonked your Christmas turkey? They send it to me. And I must get it 10, 20, 30, 50 times a day of people going, ha. Knew you'd done things like
To be
that.
fair, you'd love 50 portions of turkey.
Yeah, I don't know.
You do like a turkey sandwich at
Do some
Christmas, though, don't you?
shout-outs, I'm getting in a mix.
Shall we? Okay. Right, anyone know what happened to Wax Doctor?
Wax Doctor is an alias of Ron Wells.
Yeah.
Of Ron.
So yeah, he's still
by
alive
the
and well.
way, my next Rave Story podcast is with DJ Fantasy, and I've known Steve for, will it be 36 years next year, Fantasy? But Fantasy drops some absolute gems that any geek, anyone who loves the deep dives, anyone who loves that real, the serious conversations I have, Jay, with the cool people.
We have serious conversations.
Well, I don't know. I'm not. With Fabio, I can go really in depth about the most creative records of all time, and we talk passionately. And with you, I'm talking about dogging and going hunting season, lads, and like, oh God. But yeah, Fantasy drops some real gems. Anyway, as you were, carry on with the shouts.
Yeah,
We'll select a tune.
Ron would be a good one for you to.
Yeah, Ron.
Because
We
all those aliases.
we love Ron. So Ron is someone that. Do you remember pre-COVID when I did my record, pop-up record shop, the Christmas before COVID, and
Of course I do. Who did you ring up? Can you bring your van to help me drop a load of gear off?
you said, right, let me just leave the dog in sight and I'll come and help you.
Yeah.
And Ron come down with Nicky Black Market, and they hosted and DJ'd in my pop-up record store. I think last year or the year before, we flew Ron over from Portugal, and he come and DJ'd at the Rave Story. I'm a huge fan,
Okay.
as you know, of Ron Wells. Go on, what are you going to do?
Marcelo Nisco says, "Oi, I said you should unfriend him."
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
That's
all right. Yeah, Gigs and Shit said, wasn't that true then?
Single-minded people, they can always find a way. Single-minded people, they can always find a way.
Dan Darkness says that I think you should just settle it with an arm wrestle. I ain't holding hands with this ginger campmeister.
Love music with Billy Daniel Bunter.
Shout out to Dave G, who says, Jay, lowering the tone, standard. And it's like,
Incidentally, Dave, do you recognise the Love Dove generation here? Shelley will, and Shelley made that for me, and I've had that ever since. This comes to every gig with me. There, and there. Let's move these bottles of water out of the way. 1 second. Pass me that, Jay, because I'm about to knock it over, and I don't want to knock that over. And that as well. Jay, people give me great things, didn't they, when you...
if you watch my TikTok lives or what, I've got them all on my studio wall.
Yeah, people literally do and give us amazing things.
Where's I tell you what, the thing that I've got, we both got given together when we went to the opening of the record shop. Yeah, so you've got, I don't know if you can see it on the camera.
Billy,
probably
they'll
not.
just see
But
the
yeah,
front
it's
of
a
it.
tube station, so
people
we've both got them.
do amazing things for me. So like, two of these were made. The Genocide 2 stuff from Art Jazz. One was donated to charity, which made a fortune. And then this one, like down here, Jay, look at all them records that I've not opened. I don't even... Oh, actually, no, that there is every year Dave Helter Skelter sends me a calendar full of words of wisdom. People do me canvas paints.
Who's that canvas by there?
Hang on, that is by, look, Rob. RJDR. And my headset just come out there. Books, people give me books. This.
To be fair, I have just seen a book down here, and I remember getting asked to
You've
write a
written
piece for
something
that.
in Rich's. Yeah, tell him about
and
that.
This book still fascinates me. I do need to buy one, Richie. I really sound like a right
Can
proper
you
skid fit.
buy
I haven't bought
one?
one yet, but it's sort of like things like this is what it's all about nowadays. Of reminiscing. Like I have no inclination whatsoever to go buying old records. I don't sit there knocking people who do that. I actually praise them for people still got this. But this here just gives people, like for me, I don't need to go back and get the records, but I can just sit there and look through it and just reminisce over things. Luckily enough, I've owned it on City Records, some great tunes on there, but literally any record that was around back in the day is there. And
Jay,
brilliant reminiscing,
let's
which
tell them
what
a
I've
li-
seen is all about.
Let's reminisce before I play the next tune. And incidentally, the next tune is actually Floyd Dice from House Crew, which not a lot of people know. But
Not a lot of people know that.
Not a lot of people know that. But let's just talk some history. So we just had WizKid join us in the shout box. Tell us about your record shop and meeting WizKid, and take us back to your record shop days.
Now I'm struggling for years. So end of 94. So it was after Incomplete Darkness first came out, the original mix. So there was a record shop struggling. I used to have a distribution company. So we used to distribute all the World Dance, AWOL, you name it, we distributed it the length and breadth of the country. One of our best shops we used to visit, especially for Blaze magazine, was this little record shop in Corby called I called it Mission Control, it was called Discovery Records. And the woman was sort of like, I've had enough of this, I want to get out. And I said, take it off me. And I went, well, I'll give it a go. So, I took on this record shop. It's become like locally, everyone used to come in and just doss around all day, listening to the new tunes as they come in. And from there, there's a DJ called DJ Deluxe, who to this day still denies how he got his name. He used to come in the shop every lunchtime and buy a McDonald's Deluxe burger. And like when he started DJing, I was like, you should be called Deluxe. And like he still denies it to this day. That's how he got his DJ name. Anyway, he wanted to start making tunes, so I had a studio at home in my broom cupboard. And said to him, just come over, start making some tunes. So he come over one night, and he's got a couple of mates with him, and this one young little lad. And he's gone, right, we're going here. You can sit outside. He's made him sit outside the studio on a record box. There's this little lad. He's called Gordon. And it's sort of the day come and gone, and off the geezer went and took this little lad away with him. It's only years later that I bumped into Gordon somewhere, and Gordon went, you don't recognise me, dear? And I went, why should I? And he went, I sat on a record box outside your broom cupboard for hours while Deluxe made a tune. I was like, oh my God. And there's someone who at the time was far too young for raving, was buying like the Blaze magazine, buying all the mixtapes, buying vinyl, getting into it whilst it was in full effect. And not only that, became an artist in his own right and went on to be
one of the greatest rave MCs of all time. Right, I'm gonna read you something genuinely funny from an endearing idiot of the internet, a very good friend of mine, and the Deck Doctor, who is.
So you're calling him endearing? I've seen Deck Doctor go on your post. He writes utter filth.
Yeah, but I love him. He's funny. Right. So he's far funnier than you.
Oh, right.
Anthony has said, what Jay needs is a book of takeaways to visit and review.
Why not?
Because how life works is it's all born out of your passions, isn't it? So Richie's book's born out of passion. I love records, so it seemed the obvious. It was like a match made in heaven. So you need to go and make a book.
Yeah, well, I have done. Yeah, I've done.
You haven't done
Old Skool events with fried chicken there, with Wing Manias.
Yeah,
and obviously everyone knows my love of Chicken George and how much I've eaten their food over the years.
Yeah,
I then got approached by a pizza chain. Can you please come and review our pizza? And funny enough, now I'm getting more people asking me to go and review their food places. So it's another passion. There we go.
Right. So I've given you an endearing message I've had from Anne, right? One thing, I'll get on to say, now I'm going to give you an absolutely idiot of the internet, a real stupid, moronic idiot, right? Who I don't know.
And it's not me.
It's not you. So last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day... Right.
You swapped me for a turkey.
I'm not going to say this lady's name, because she's obviously an absolute nutter.
Yeah.
But these are the kind of things that I wake up to. So last Christmas, I've never put my book on Amazon, ever. You can only ever get my book from me. In the early days when it was hardback, it was 20 quid. Oh, 25 quid. 25 quid, the hardback. They went, and then it's just forever been in print as a paperback, and it's £15. However, a few second-hand shops and Oxfam have genuinely sold copies for £100 to £160. And like records, once one person does it, the rest do it.
It's join the queue, yeah.
So this idiot of the internet, 2 Christmases in a row, you F this, you that, you need to go to trading standards, you're ripping off the ravers, you fuck pig. She's calling me an F pig, a fuck pig. You this, you that, you're an absolute wrong un. How can you be a rave DJ when you beep rip me off? She's calling me a fat fuck. All this kind of stuff, right?
So all this stuff we know.
Right, yeah, but she's saying it nastily, right? So she is literally... Look, Jay, it's here for you to see, right? You can see it.
So here's the thing.
No, but let me finish, right? So let me land.
Yeah,
so this is last year. And I say to her, with a grin on my face, but the world is deranged, hi, bloody blah, just to inform you that what you're telling me is on Amazon and it's nothing to do with me. Here is my website. You can buy it for £15. Please don't get ripped off for £160. Remember, she's called me a fat pig. Boom. Never heard from her again. Year later, all of the sudden, she's back wanting it for Christmas. And look, Jay.
Yeah. So this year. So what's she calling you this year?
Oh, a scammer, a fat fuck dog, a bloody blah. You're still selling it for £160. At this point, I've not even bothered to reply because I just think.
Oh, the poor woman, Dan. You should say, sorry, love, I tried to save you money last year. It is still available this year. It's just £15. Can you please look at me in a better light that I'm just a fuck pig?
A fat fuck pig.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's pushing it a bit, isn't it? It's not fair.
Oh, God. Lucky
dear.
I was brought up on the market. But
no, but this is it. Sometimes, I mean, they say kill people with kindness, but yes, you just never know what's going on in people's lives, and you know they could be having an hard time. She's looked at it and gone, oh no, that book's still £160 from
now flip the reverse of this.
Yeah.
Right? Daddy Lives is watching. Can Jay do a mix live, please?
No problem at all. I've got a USB with me. Shall I put it in?
No, because I don't want to go through what I went through when we put your mix out. Right.
Hey, I done a brilliant mix on Danny Lyne's show when we went up there, and there was the 3 of us. That was the first. That was over a year ago. That was my first night
can
out
you hear
on
this?
USBs.
Let me tell you lot saying, then I'm getting in a mix. The first time, bearing in mind our company brought new equipment that you could have practiced on, and you never ever used
every
it.
time I go to start practicing on it, you want to borrow it.
So anyway, when he moved to USBs, his first show was with me and Daddy Lies. You and I fluff up some mixes that day, son. And what this guy does is, when he messes up mixes, it's everyone else's fault apart from his. It's always the equipment.
No.
It's always the memory stick. It's always the people who have sent in tunes. Right, let's see if I mess up this mix. Let me get in a mix. people will know this, but this one I'm about to bring in is a Floyd Dice from the House Crew production.
You said you was doing that a minute ago.
About 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Here's one for you.
Go on, tell me.
So this woman, getting back to the book thing, is that the same woman that sent you the little model of you?
No, who got me this? Son, who got me this? It's basically a little.
It's a little.
But basically, someone.
Fuck pig.
No, stop swearing. Right, someone got this. It's basically a DJ pig. It's right, and what they said to me was Dan, we've got you this DJ pig because it reminds us of Jay, Fat Controller.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
seriously,
right, yeah.
And you can watch it, and you
so
won't.
The man who's got the name, the fat fuck pig.
Right, so basically, this looks like you, and you wind it up, and it goes around the floor DJing.
Does it go in front of the DJ box? Put your hands in the air, everyone. Give me a yo.
Like it's a genuine pig that looks like you. Add to Shy and Promozo. Promozo saying, hi, I've got to come on and do the internet is full of idiots with you. Because the interesting thing is, as you know, with Katie DJing, my daughter, who incidentally has made me and Sonia grandparents, and one thing that we've noticed more than anything else is it's the girls, the ladies in our space who get the absolute hate and trolling from the internet, and that's the most concerning thing. And we obviously have, you know, like my own daughter's out DJing, and remember like last year, some of the hate she was getting for playing at gigs like Kinky Malinky and Jack Your Body, and again, and this is why I come to these generalisations, it is the 50 to 6-year-old men whose wives have left them and they're looking at home and it didn't quite work out for them.
The thing is with them, they don't understand the way of the world now, and so much so, something I see last week, that the government are rushing through special laws to protect women in these situations, but this is the generational gap of certain generations used to certain humour and other generations to other humour. You know, my daughter many times sit there and go, Dad, you can't say that in this day and age. I'm like, all right, okay. And then I've seen her say things where I'm like, well, the younger people wouldn't even like you saying that.
And it is very interesting because like when we did we've got this off on one podcast, right, which is completely the opposite to this one. This one's all fun and jovial, and I'm allowing you to roast me once a month on a Monday, even though you do it every day on the internet. But that podcast is very serious, and we had a very articulate young lady called Emma Marshall on, who's much younger than me and you, right? And
let's be honest, who isn't?
Yeah, exactly. And Promozo did the interview with me, and this young lady was talking the language of all of us, loving raving, loving music, togetherness, the importance of it. I'm going to put this back anyway, this tune. The importance of it and all that. Literally speaking the language that we all love. Enjoy music, enjoy love, share the dance floor, blah, blah, blah. the hate this young lady got on my post. How dare she use the word rave? Who is she to use the word rave? Hang on a minute, people in the 50s and 60s were singing about rave. There's like psychedelic rock events from the 70s at Alexandra Palace that are called rave. Who the hell are you to claim the word rave because you went to Fantasia in 92?
So we are over 100 years of the term rave actually being used. It's in the 1920s, what they called the screaming 20s back then. You go on, here's your chance to say, oh, you've got a good memory, remember back there. But they used to call their dance hall things, where they used to go to I've forgotten what they call them now, but festival halls and things like that, their dances, they called them raves. They called it, that was raving. It's just every generation, it's just that we've taken it and making it a whole thing where it's got sub-genres of music.
Yeah. So look, Dizzy for Day says, I'll never understand the hate for people who are just wanting to entertain you. I'd be more than proud if my sisters had ever took up DJing at events, And the worrying, and do you know what was really interesting, Jay? When I had Davinia Taylor on, right? And obviously she was an actor in the 90s. She's been in big films. She's got global companies. She's in a different league to what we're used to. She has millions of followers, millions of followers. And she said to me on my podcast that like she has come under some horrendous stuff in which when they've then looked into the people, they've gone to their companies and said, this person is saying this about women and children and people and got them the sack because I said that. I said too right. How dare these people?
But that's why these new laws are being put in place to help protect women that extra bit more. But we're almost going full circle back to the very first thing we mentioned about someone saying there. I'll never understand the hate for people. So with that is, if it's with the Fish Octagon, someone who's just started doing something that he's enjoying, and sadly, it weren't just what we'd call internet haters and internet.
It was people in our scene.
It was actually artists in our scene of like, there is one artist I know that his whole thing was like, this is unfair. It's unfair. I've been doing this since 1989. Why can he blow up in 1 year? Well,
because maybe he's got the charisma and the right attitude, and you never had it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was very, and he got brought up a lot on the podcast, the Rave Story this year, and I was a big advocate and a big supporter, and I was like, he acknowledged me and you saying like, I loved all the stuff you and Fat Control used to do. It helped me want to be more fun on the internet, right? And the thing is simple. Anyone who's supporting music and having fun and not harming anyone. The mad thing was do you know what, Jay? I was embarrassed of people in our scene who hated him. Grown ass 50 to 60-year-old men who, you've had some tunes, you've done all right. On the surface, you've got some big tracks. What is wrong with you?
Well, yeah, I mean, we even see it because obviously we discuss daily. We pass the light of day on phones every day. And it was all of a sudden, it's sort of like people were aligning of like, it's those people that are just so negative and anti everything anyway. It's all, there's an artist that's had big hits, still out and about playing today, but still thinks they haven't got what they deserve.
No
one deserves anything.
No, just because you can mix and choose, just because you had a track, no one deserves anything. Like, I say this a lot, what we do is the ultimate trade-off, and this sounds cliched, but if your vibe is right, this thing will reward you over and over and over again, and I'm living proof of that, Jay. Like literally, I'm up at 5:30 every morning, and I'm round the clock with what I love. And you come into our house and you see the bookings and the offerings, and it's because you work for it. You don't get there by moaning that it should be you.
Yeah.
It simply doesn't work.
There's some famous phrase from someone who said like, everyone's envious of my success but they're not prepared to do the hard work that I'd done to get there, and that's it. And you know, there's you can put your hard work in. You know, on TikTok at the moment, there's this thing they're calling people TikTok DJs, and not to be rude, but that's exactly what they are. They are DJing on TikTok.
But they don't offend me.
I know, but the problem is they then feed into the people bigging them up, where they say, "You're the bollocks, you should be on this event." So then I commented on someone's post last week where they've done a post going, "Why aren't I getting bookings? I'm the bollocks," and it's not what you know, it's who you know.
The thing about music is this, right? And me and Sonia talk about this all the time. We book hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of DJs a year. I perform with huge DJs, seminal DJs every weekend, right? And no matter how good you are, if your attitude sucks, you are not getting the support from the people first and foremost, or the promoters. And if you are okay, so the what you're calling the TikTok generation of DJs, right? Which is ultimately what Fish Octagon is, right? So because his attitude and his vibe is right, boom,
He's elevated.
yeah. But there could be someone else who's just as good at mixing or playing and knowledgeable, but if they've got a little bit about their personality or that entitlement, I know as I promote as well as my DJing, I put events on in Ministry of Sound, Electro Works. We take people abroad to another country. If your attitude sucks, you ain't working with us. I don't care how good you are, because I know 1,000,001 amazing people. And in fact, right, Jay, Dave G and Moose Hip,
Lovely couple.
Lovely, brilliant DJs. There's no ego, there's no entitlement. They're good at what they do, and like you want to support people. Like if their attitude's right. I know, look, and I said this, my 35 years event, it sold out without a lineup. I put the lineup out once it had sold out, right? I could have had anyone I wanted on that, but I hand selected all the people with the right attitude and the who I love, as no matter how big or small they are. And there is something to be said about that like entitlement, bad attitude. I did something once in 1991 and I deserve more. No, it simply does not work like that. Let me put the next tune on and then we'll ramble some more.
Get in the mix.
Love music with Billy Daniel Bunter.
Nice and simple, wasn't it?
Right then, I'm just going to jump on this one now. This is another thing that a lot of people get ingrained in, and it's Craig Davies saying, is that Craig David or Craig Davies? Is it that?
Craig
What do you do on a Monday?
David.
I messaged him Billy Daniel Bunter on a Monday, trolled him on a Tuesday, sold him a turkey on a Wednesday. Right, he's saying, getting back serious again, he's saying the modern era of dance style music are generally idiots. They go to gigs where so-called DJs puts a mix on, doesn't even mix it, just plays it, and their equipment isn't even plugged
I
in.
am yet to go anywhere in the UK, Europe, world, or watch on the internet a humongous DJ who's by far makes millions of pounds more than I'm yet to see someone who just plugs in a USB and walks off.
But I will. So one of the instances that is brought up, there's sometimes there is a reason behind that actually happening. So Fatboy Slim at Glastonbury, okay, he was on is it Arcadia, the big dragon thing? Now there was a special show set up for that. So the mix was predetermined because it was all midied to set off all these different effects as a show. Okay, he wasn't there to DJ; he was there to do a special show. Okay, so and then people are going,
"What does your special show involve?"
Well, it don't involve turkeys, that's for sure. And but yeah, so sometimes you get that, and then as soon as the people start saying that, they go on to, oh, Paris Hilton. Yeah, well, we do know Paris Hilton. It's just a CD where it's sorry, USB where it's already recorded on. It's played. But who are we to comment? There's people out there that want to go and see her do that. Let them enjoy it. It's no different to football clubs. If you love West Ham, you go and watch West Ham. If you love Man United, you go and watch your Man United. Why, looking at what they're doing, whatever. Let them go and enjoy what they want to do.
If people are liking what someone's doing. Back to the Fish Octagon thing. I saw people our age who made some old school records, play old school when they go out, moaning that this guy had all these bookings whilst playing techno and drum and bass and hard house. Where is the logic to that? That's like me moaning as a rave DJ that I'm not going to play at the local R&B club. How is your... Actually, those people who should know better are actually idiots of the internet. Because, how is your brain simply not computing that this guy's not even in your space?
Yeah.
And you're offended. That is mad, Jay Folly. Do you know something that I'm thinking? You know when you did your mix, I would love Sonia to go in because she would back up. It would have probably benefited you to have a USB already mixed and you could have just
I'm going to say this now. You use... You are on an XCJXZ.
Right, go on.
You cannot change the crossfader.
T-Cuts didn't have a problem.
No, because he wasn't
didn't have a problem.
He wasn't doing what I was doing.
DJ Mills did. What was you doing? You was playing rave bootleg house that has DJ intros and DJ outros.
No, but the thing is, when you're just chopping in a slight bit of vocal, when I bring it there, I want it at 33%.
You were so basic, dude.
So when that's there, that is 100% of both decks, is it not?
Right, listen.
So if you're in a normal club environment with a standard,
I can't take you serious.
With standard crossfader, that there should be no more than 28%.
Strange rollers. Richie didn't have a problem. Rob Tessera didn't have a problem. No, you had a problem. Look at him. Rob, right, how long?
But when
you know your hour-long mix.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to do?
About an hour and 20.
Sonia, come and back me up. Look at her laughing at you. How long was he?
The recording part of it
6 hours, right?
6
and then
hours,
it took me 4 hours to glue it all together and cover up your mixes and all I'm saying.
But it's what you got to think of is don't forget, I was playing just some tracks and let's go. But when you're doing yours, at least you're doing a set that you've played 6 million times before.
No. Mine and Swank Out set. No one's ever heard a set like that.
No, okay.
We just vibed out one take.
Okay.
Right. Even Mills, who's like a quarter of your age, she was just like boom.
Oh yeah, but playing new modern stuff that is all beat grid.
You was playing all your bootleg rave house.
No,
everything was a bootleg of a classic.
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
Well, you played two classics.
Reaching is probably one of the hardest ones because it's different.
No,
BPMs
but you've made an edit that makes you be able to mix it.
Dear.
You played two classics to try and impress me, so as I didn't get the ump, and then you just played a load of bootleg rave house. I did. I put a clip up from Centreforce playing "Enjoy the Anthem," and someone said underneath, "Do you never get the urge to just put a tech house tune in?" What do you think my brain thought? If I'm offended by your rave house that you sent me, what did this geezer? I looked at it and I thought, oh God, this idiot of the internet fancies saying.
I mean, to be fair, the stuff that me and Rob are doing, I'm not classing as out and out rave house because Rave House is pretty much everything stripped back. It doesn't have the euphoric bits. It's not rammed in like a tune was.
I don't even know. You lot send me tunes, and I look.
I don't even send you my tunes.
No, you. Thank you. Thank you. I wish some of the others would, because I see the titles, right, and it's literally a classic. And they've called it whatever the track is.
Oh yeah.
And then their remix. I just think I ain't gonna play that. I don't know whether that's bad of me.
Although saying that, here's the thing. So on the last one that I done with Rob, you actually videoed the crowd because the crowd were going mental at Unity.
I was proud of you there.
And they were going absolutely mental, and it actually tricked you to think.
You didn't trick me. It was just a really good bit of footage, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to let you ride in my slipstream here. I'm going to put it up. Do you think we should?
But so getting back to the Rave House, that's why we're not calling that Rave House, because that track is just full of energy, and Rave House doesn't have the energy.
Well, I don't know, because I don't play. Like, I got a lot of mates who make that music, and they say, Dan, you never download our stuff, right? and they because everyone puts a little description, don't they? And as soon as I see what it is, we've beefed this classic 1992 up with bloody blah, and I just think, oh, so what you've done is you've just got a sample pack, taken a standard house beat and put it over Awesome Freak, for example, and I don't know whether that's me being catty or bitchy, but it don't do nothing for me.
No, but here's the thing of the... When there is one that is good, it is genuinely good. Do you know what I mean? It's like listening to, say, Tech House. That I'm an absolute detester of Tech House, like yourself. But I've been somewhere and I've heard it and just thought, oh, do you know what? That's not a bad little tune there. And that does happen in Rave House. It's no different to back in the day when in the beginning of the 90s, where everyone started calling all our vinyl disposable music, because it was literally stuff you'd play out 1-2 weeks and end up on the shelf.
Oh,
which now that disposable music is now worth lots of money.
What is this new monthly thing doing in which I'm allowing you to come on and mug me off? What are we calling this?
What are we calling this?
Idiots of the internet. I've got one for you. Hang on,
you?
I've got one.
Okay,
Yeah. Let me mix the next tune.
Right then, quite a few comments just going by that, but I'm going to have to scroll back to them. But Dave G says, nothing wrong with that music that you play defines your style, so unless the new version suits your style better, why would you change your style? Exactly, that's what I'm saying here. It sounds good, it's good. Proper Collector saying Night Force is good music. Once again, so Night Force they're still evolving. They're evolving certain music genres, and like everything.
I prefer so with all of the labels like Nightfalls, N4. I mean, there's so many labels. I prefer it when they release new music. This is the mad thing. I don't like. It's not that I don't like. I'm the wrong person to send the remixes to or the bootlegs, whether they're official or not. To. I like when artists are making brand new, authentic sounding music.
So here's the thing: I'm gonna say something. You're gonna agree with me. So when you get sent a remix, the title predetermines your thoughts before you've even heard it. It's sort of like, we could say there's been tunes that have been remixed that probably shouldn't have been remixed. There's some tunes that have been made that probably should never be touched because they're just elite and we just want to leave it in the beauty of what it was. But it is a tough one. And then once again, picking on Pete Cannon specifically, he has done some remix of old tunes that have just been like, wow, this is a whole new level. And that's what I like to see. I don't like to see someone keeping sound as close to the original.
Agreed.
Maybe slowed it down because they want to get it into a 140 niche.
Like you think of all the people in the new world who I'm close to, whether that's T-Cut, Swanker, Pete Cannon, Arkin, whether that's 4am crew. You mentioned DJ Deluxe earlier. There's a whole bag of people who make this raw, authentic rave hardcore music that's brand spankers, right? And just like, and I thought about this the other day, and this is going to get me onto this. Actually, let me read you this, and then I'll get this feeds in. So this guy has been really trolling my pages, right? This whole retro thing will run its course. Well, at Centreforce on Saturday, where there's nearly 2,000 people, I'm playing certain house records from 87 and 88. We're talking 37, 38 years ago. It's hardly run its course, has it? And then here we are playing records from 92 a few years later, and hundreds of people are interested in the music and the stories. You ex-Jenners need to retire because you're all getting too old. This is all just novelty music. Well, if it was a novelty, look, of course there were certain records like Sesame Street, Alternate at one point, after it was novelty, there was the Charlie Says there was records that become novelty. There's certain tunes that no one now is playing Sesame Street, right? But a whole load of people are playing D-Living Y and many other tunes, or more breakbeaty classics like Awesome 3 Don't Go or Bizarre Inc. The novelty record stayed a novelty, but the real authentic stuff, and it goes back to that thing where you could listen to a lot of house and a lot of drum and bass, and it sounds the same as 25 years ago or 20 years ago. It hasn't evolved that much. So anyone who says, oh, why are you doing all this old school music? Well, there's some seriously amazing, authentic, new old school that feels so good and so right. So if wider genres can do it, then we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And those people that I mentioned do it in such a magical way. Let me put another tune on. We're 10 minutes away. Let's take questions from the floor. Questions from the floor. Everyone in the chat there.
So the trumpet tune is the banger though, but yes. So,
the other side, the piano side, is the banger.
But Dan's really opened the floodgates to open up to any sort of questions on there. But some saying love Trumpton. The Trumpton tune is a banger, saying that the other side, which pretty much everyone still plays out. Rhubarb and custard. See, some of them things are actually nice to hear maybe once a year. Everyone's got them tunes you just think, I'm sick of that. But you hear it once a year and you just go, oh yeah, it's nice, and then you don't want to hear it again for another year. There's something I've come across lately when I've been doing the rave tune intros of where people saying that tune isn't rave though. There's something like SL2 on a ragga tune. That's not rave though. Like, they said it's a pop record. Yes, it became a pop record.
It becomes popular.
Pop music is short for popular. If you went into the chart, you then be classed as
It's
pop
one of the
music.
most iconic records ever.
But how many tunes, you know, like we could just pick out tunes out of thin air, loads of them that ended up in the top 10. That you can't say that they're no longer rave tunes because they are part of the heritage. They were underground tunes that we all loved and helped create that base for it to become
All
the
of that's
next
irrelevant
level.
now. I'm getting in the mix, then we'll carry this on.
Go on then. That crossfade all right for you?
Yo, Billy, take them back to the old school.
Yeah, Craig Davis says Praga Khan to me was rave. Yeah, it started out in raves, but crossed over pretty quick.
Right, so where were we?
Oh yeah, we just touched on the things pop.
Right,
pop
so
music.
what questions have we
But,
got?
we're not really getting questions.
Well,
sort of-
false.
they're just responding to what we're saying, really, as a rule. Yeah, house, techno and trance were so close to each other, really different from now. Yeah, I mean, techno in 86, 87, 88, of
Yeah,
where that was.
The Detroit stuff.
Yeah, well, the Belgium stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting. Praga Khan, Jade For You, one of the original members of Praga Khan, made. I've been really going down the rabbit hole of New Beat in like 88 and 89. There's so much amazing videos and documentaries from Belgium New Beat. And I was watching a lot of Jade For You, who was the singer in Praga Khan. And what I love about New Beat, and I said it in the Paul Glasby Hard House interview that I did, Belgium New Beat, especially with people like Frank the Wolf, Praga Khan, Jade For You, that is the original hardcore before Brits were doing hardcore, like the Belgium New Beat. And what I love about it is if you go back and watch the Belgium New Beat stuff from 88 and 89, the look does not suit the music. Do you know what I mean? It's so like 80s new romantic.
Yes, yeah,
combined with
the darker side of the new romantic, not the camper side, because obviously they went down the high energy route, not the darker side.
Dangerous Dan says, I'm still coming across old school tunes that ring off better than the best of today's tunes. The mad thing is, right, all jokes aside, is that I like these records sounding old. I like them being rough, rugged and raw. I like them not being modern day mastered and compressed. I like the charm of these records and yeah, like look, I like what I like. I know what I don't want in my
Everyone's
set.
the same.
Yeah. I know what works for me. I know what doesn't. I know when I hear a DJ that blows like Paul Odyssey Inc. And I said this on my stream yesterday. Paul plays this really driving house, like you can hear that he's got house in him, and it's not every tune remixed. And when he does drop a remix, it's done in a unique style to him. And I hear stuff that I truly admire, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to do that. And also, I'm sort of one of them people, and probably with like a lot of like people love all the reissues, or people love like DJ edits and bootlegs. So I'm that person that if everyone else is doing that, I ain't that guy, you know. So but everyone has their own unique styles. But I'm all about the rough ruggedness of this music.
So I'm saying, yeah, pops and crackles, vinyl.
Yeah, we love all that.
Dave G wants to know if there's going to be another rave story. Is there a rave story on the agenda for 2026?
Please, everyone, can I just put this date in everyone's head? April the 11th, Rave Story is back, and where me, Sonia, and Grant have been so busy, basically, the next day. The next Rave Story Day is a big combined event at Electro Works. It's Epidemic's 31st birthday. Please put this date in your diary. Tickets ain't launched yet. It's April the 11th. It's Epidemic's 31st birthday in one room. Next year, I'm embarking on lots of gigs where I'm doing 2 to 6 hour sets in venues. And the first one's going to be on April the 11th. So anyone who went to my 35th birthday, you know Electro Works. I'm doing a 6 hour set in one room. The Epidemic 31st birthday is in another room. We've got a hardcore room. We've got a jungle drum and bass room, but also it's going to be the return of the Rave Story as well. So it's going to have the record fairs. It's going to have the seminars. It's going to have the merchandise stalls. It's going to have the art gallery. So it's April the 11th that it's back. So, go on. You've seen something?
No, I was just catching up on all those. So no one's really asking us any questions to sort of glean stuff from us. But yeah, a Rave Story, whether that whole venue, it just suits what it is. Like upstairs in the top, having the talks, the different genres, different rooms, products available. People selling their merch, whether it be vinyl, t-shirts, and whatever. The whole thing of it is just, it's more than an event. It's, we play out all the time at events. It's that something that's over and above being an event. It's more, I'm going to go with that line. It's more than an event because there's so much to do there and get involved with.
It's mad how that event come about. So we were talking about my book earlier. And it's funny how life works, Jay. So when my book was made, and we had a PR company, and they went to all the Vice. Like I always forget the name of the magazines that reviewed it. DJ Mag, Vice Mag. There was Resident Advisor. There was loads, right? It's not. It's ultimately it's not my world, right? But I started one interviewer, a camera man and a young girl, the journalist. They interviewed, and they could have only been 20, 25 years of age. And they wanted to interview me in Dalston. And we went to Dalston, and obviously Dalston's a completely and utterly different place, right? And basically, listen, to anyone on Underground Bass, we're switching off from that stream. Future Thinking up next. We're going to carry on over on YouTube. So yeah, back to this story. So these youngsters interviewed me in Dalston, and when I was explaining to them how different this area was, there wasn't the trendy cafes. This library that was once the Four Aces and Labyrinth, and over there was Ashwin Street, and there was all these reggae legends who passed through this area. There's all this history of pirate radio and Cool FM, and all from around. These youngsters were shocked, but so intrigued and so fascinated. And when I left that interview, I'm like, once my brain's going, it's going. And I come home and I was like, son, people don't know about our world. People don't know about what they think that this library and these trendy coffee shops and these blocks of flats named after Labyrinth, they just think it's been there forever, and they never knew. And that's how Rave Story started.
So, just touching on that, I'm pretty sure I see something about Joe where they've done something there to commemorate the people of Dalston and
so what they've done is, and me and Sonia finally got to go there, was in the square, in the floor they put stone with like honouring Joe and various reggae people, and then they've got this plaque that tells the history of the Four Aces and the area, and it tells this musical journey from the soul and the funk and the ska, and then it goes on to like Jar Shaka and the sound systems, and then it goes on to me and Prodigy and Kenny, and it's like, you think those interviews that I had were 10 years ago that sparked my imagination to do Rave Story, but then to see that happen where your name's is in a plaque like that is pretty mental. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty mad that that's sort of happening. We've got, well, I'll tell you what, how long have we got left on this? Have you all liked the new, this wasn't...
We've ended up being quite serious in the end, but talking about other things. But it's nice to diverse onto other things.
Yeah, do you all like this new concept? It's totally different to the Rave Story TV. It's totally different to Off on One. It could only be done with you, where we sort of
have a bit of fun,
but also there's always going to be serious bits because we've done this so long. But yeah, I love the idea the internet is full of idiots.
Yeah.
And us being the two biggest.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly. Shall I mix another tune and then we'll see where we go from there?
Yeah.
What the final anecdote will
Time's
be.
getting on.
Who's ready for the sound of the Daniel Bunter?
Right, Joe, this would be a great thing to talk about. Someone has gone back to a dance chart, and obviously I did the interview with Andy, the tunes with Andy Farley. I did the interview with Paul Glasby for his Hard House history, and Paul had been asking me to do it for a good 6 months. And for whatever reason, I kind of, not being horrible to Paul, but I'm so wrapped up in my world, in my own little world.
We say this all the time. You're wrapped up in your own little world.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if I want to. No, I'm too big. I've got this. No, that's what I'm like. And I ended up. Hang on, let me just. No, we're all right.
Okay, that's fine.
So I ended up saying to Paul, you know what? I'll do it. And he said, I'm going to put you on my year anniversary, right? And it made me do because me and John Doe have done this 10-day tour this year, which we had great fun doing, the stuff. Yep. And I did a Hard House vinyl mix of all the stuff that I made 25, 28 years ago. And someone has just said that my track with Andy Farley went top 25 in the dance chart. And it's well documented in podcasts and interviews that me and Sonia had a mental time with the tax and the VAT man because we wasn't business savvy. And it was because we had... if you look, the records are down there, they've all got barcodes on the back. Oh yeah, we've got to have barcodes, have we? So we were selling all these records, they were getting in, and not only we were getting higher positions in dance charts, sometimes we would break the top 50. I remember we had one, I think it was A Project song. And Sony Records, like, here's a mad one for you, Jay. before I signed with Ministry, remember when Sony did they had an album with Trevor Nelson, Tim Westwood. They had some really cool albums like these DJ Presents. They were going to sign me to do Old Skool. This was at the same time as Ministry, but I ended up going with Ministry. And what happened was, how I met Sony ended up, and Sonia's still got all of the deal offers, right? How I met Sony, we had a top 50. They faxed me out of nowhere, Sony Records. Hi, Honeypot Recordings, Daniel Billy Bunter. We want to congratulate you on your top 50. But I'm like, what? Because I didn't follow charts. I just did the music that I liked. And that's how we met Sony. But Sonia has got all of the old fax deals because people would send fax, wouldn't they? And I remember going up and meeting with Sony. And at Jay, no word of a lie, the deal was because they call it options. The first deal for the first album was 25 grand, and they were going to do they just had like Trevor Nelson doing R&B and yeah, and someone mentioning that it's funny the things that people spark. Right, you have the final word.
Well, I'm just going to go in there. You mentioned barcodes, so when Slipmatt done the Incomplete Darkness remix. I wanted a full colour picture cover. I thought, no one's done that yet. I'm going to have a picture cover. So I had that made, and when I was doing it, I can't for the life of me remember who said, oh, if you can have a picture cover, you've got to put a barcode on it. For which I went, yeah, I don't want to get in the chart, so I don't want a barcode. So I actually scanned the image of Mate's Durex barcode, put it on the record cover, thought no more of it until one day Millward Brown come walking into the shop. Excuse me, we've got a barcode that's originated from this shop. It's the first shop that this barcode was getting scanned, and we need to know what record it is because it's coming up as condoms. And I'm like, oh, okay. So straight away, as soon as he said what it is, I know what it is. And I told him the story and said, like, yeah, I don't want it getting in charts. Just leave it that you've got something that's can't be
mental
within the charts. Yeah, just from having my normal joke backfires on me.
Well, don't they always?
Not always.
Yeah, I think
I can guarantee people eat less turkey next year now.
I can guarantee you we'll have some idiots of the internet in the comments about this show. I love that title because it's double-edged. Because one it's us. We are the idiots.
Yeah, but this is what we're saying. It's the fun. You can be an idiot of that you're negative, down, and just having a pop at everyone all the time, or you can be fun and jovial, having a laugh. Because we're here for a short time, not a long time. Just live your life.
I'm going to end this on a serious one.
Go on in.
Right. I've worked out I've had 1,800 weekends DJing. I'm now 50 years of age. That's 35 years of playing, right? So for whatever reason, as I'm getting older, my brain is speeding up. I'm doing more. I'm going faster, right? And now me and Sonia are going to be grandparents. It's inspired me even more, right? So touch wood. I don't know if I'm going to live to 85. I don't know.
They say 72. 72 is
right?
the...
But I've got 35 behind me. I might not have 35 in front of me. But I've had 1,800 weekends to do this. I don't know how many days that is. I've been relentless every day for all that time. But in theory, I've potentially got another 1,800 weekends in front of me and every day in between those weekends to keep doing what I love.
Isn't that what life's all about?
That's what life's all about. Oh, is that a final word? I thought you were going to...
No, serious. No, see, I can't take the mickey out of that because that's the whole basis of what I do through having shits and giggles. It helps keeps you young, having a funny outlook, having a laugh. And yes, there are serious times and moments in my life. But yeah, keep things jovially moving along and enjoy it. And don't fall victim of all them horrible downers who are
absolutely not. All I asked, as always, is please, when we're finished, leave your comments in underneath the video. You've all been leaving your comments in the chat, but it really does help with the algorithm. The more people who talk and leave a comment, the more YouTube goes, oh,
Yeah,
people
keep on
like this, and
commenting.
it keeps it moving. And I kind of figure really that this, unlike the Rave Story TV or other things that I do, this concept, the internet is full of idiots, is actually a live stream. Is this a live stream?
Yeah,
so
it is,
we
because
can
we
share it
want
with
people
everyone,
involved.
and people
It's
can
about
be
being
involved
topical. Being topical.
with what we're doing.
And if people do keep commenting, we can look back and there may be things there we can like, oh, that'd be worth having a little chat about next time we're on.
And also another thing that's going to be regular is I know you all like mine and Richie's deep geeking and digging. So me and Richie are going to do that monthly as well, just because I'm doing so much stuff at the moment. Another thing that we're doing in 2026, which is me, Nicky Black Market, and Vibes are doing something as well. Our thoughts, because you know them two, like their thoughts are mental, aren't they? So yeah, I'm looking forward to 2026.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing you try and get a word in edgeways and
With
keep
them
on
two.
giving vibes.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I see someone ask earlier, am I going to do any streaming New Year's Eve? I am. I'm going to do a 3-hour set New Year's Eve on here between 10 and 1 in the morning. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for locking into our first, you say the name of the podcast.
You want me to say it? Billy Daniel Bunter and Fat Controller present The Internet is Full of Idiots.